Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of hermits and crafting. And we're flying over Black Sands Island with its brand new look. In our last episode, we destroyed Black Sands Island with TNT, and we rebuilt it into what I like to call the unintentional mega project, because that took a long time, but I think it was well worth it. We've got this beautiful island, or very spooky island, with a cursed crystal in the center of its spire. I think it is looking really, really cool, and I'm so glad you guys liked it. And of course, I'm happy that it inspired you guys. I've saw so many pictures of you guys using a similar design like that, so that made me really happy. And this island, like, come on, this thing is starting to actually come out pretty darn cool. And it is an acrobatics flight guy, fighter pilot, I don't know what the right word is, dream. We could do all sorts of fun little acrobatics around here. Oh, is that Blue Sheep? How did Blue Sheep the Rebel get so far away from his original boat? That is insane. But anyway, I gotta focus because I could literally fly through this place over and over and over. But I got some bad news. I was stalling, unfortunately. So yeah, this video unfortunately is going to be a little bit different, and I really hope you guys understand, because I'm going to reveal a whole bunch of progress, because the video that should have went out got corrupted and ruined, and you'll never see that video because my computer destroyed it with the passion of 1,000 scars. I'm not upset. And sadly, that video is gone, and this video is going to be a little bit different. And like I said, I hope you guys understand that the video was unfortunately destroyed because of a corrupted hard drive, and I'm going to reveal a whole bunch of progress of what we did in that episode, and then some new things and, you know, stuff along those lines. So yeah, I'm going to try to make this video before my flight, which I'm going to Mindfair in a few hours. And yeah, I'm a little bit devastated at the moment. I spent most of the night trying to recover this file, and it was unrecoverable. So let's make the best of it. We're not going to let this get us down. We never let things like this get us down. We're going to come back with a vengeance, just like Bruce Willis. But you might be wondering, but Scar, what did you do that you're going to reveal in one swooping shot? ConCorp's new venture. That's what it is. ConCorp is going into a new business to, you know, shore up our profits and our place in the world, because Saharia is coming, honestly. As much as we joked before, this place is actually starting to appear, and I'm going to admit it, looks kind of cool. It does. I'm going to admit it. And also, I noticed this redstone. Guys, I mean, let's just take a little look here. I mean, we're not going to get too crazy, but seriously, this is an outdated hopper. And over here, these pistons are last generation. Seriously, these guys need cherry care. I see there is also no cloud surfaces around here. How could they control this remotely? Very, very disappointing in this redstone. So let these guys know that they need some cherry care support here immediately. Uh-oh, oh no, we've been found out. We've been found out. Let's get out of here. We've been found out. So as I said, Saharia is coming. So we need to open up an additional shops to continue our domination, and that is the glass game. And in front of you is our brand new shop called Spooky House Glass Shop. And this is kind of a fun take on like a ghost house entirely made of glass. And this is what we were working on in that episode that got corrupted, sadly. And I think it looks pretty darn cool. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit later what it looks like without connected textures, and then with, and I would like it if you guys let me know which one you liked best. So let's kind of walk around the edge here. And sadly, that video that got corrupted, you'll never see my Bob Ross impressions, sadly, or when False watched me die. It was really sad. Anyway, so yeah, this thing is looking pretty fantastic. And on streams, we're going to add like a pool on the back and stuff along those lines. So let's go inside now. So we'll just kind of go sneaking through the door here. So the door is made up of brown glass to look like wood. And then if we head inside here, eventually I'd like to do the fog effect straight down, but until then I have just coarse dirt down on the bottom. We have a ghostly staircase leading to the upper story, and then we have little rooms here and there. I'd like to furnish these eventually, and then the shop will be in the back over here. So we'll maybe have payments here and then some of the different colors on either end of the room. And yeah, I think we could even sell other things here. I'm thinking about selling modern glass, which is ice, because you can totally use that for windows like the G-Team base or the skyscrapers in season 5, things along those lines. So yeah, this is like basically a real life house made entirely of glass, and I think it'll be a really cool new business venture for ConCorp. And I'd like to change these lamps to yellow so they look like a lamp. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So where we need to start working today is the grass in the front. So that's where the video ended, and I didn't get to finish that part. Like, the video was like 90% done before it got corrupted. So what we're going to be working on, we're going to start off right where we left off, is the grass. So we're going to do glass grass all the way. That's hard to say. Glass grass. That does not come off the tongue very easily. And then we're going to do a pathway, and then we're going to build some glass trees, which I'm actually the most excited about of anything with this project. So I hope you guys like this. If you do, hashtag glass house, the craziest thing Scar's ever built. This truly is the weirdest and craziest thing that I've ever built, and I really hope you guys like it. And once again, I really apologize you couldn't have seen this thing be built block by block, but we are just going to put that behind us and get going. Had to fly back to the island to get some supplies, and I see that the snow is back. The never-ending fight that is the snow. We've got it over on Black Sands Island, and now these two spires. I can't keep up with it, guys. Like, I seriously, I don't know what to do about this snow. Snow is the biggest nuisance in my life right now. It's delayed my brother's flight, and I can't keep it away from my Minecraft spires. Flying over the shopping district, the unmistakable smell of diamonds was emanating from Cherry, and I have to stop here to confirm my suspicions, and we're gonna start with our most profitable item here, and that is the iFlip Phone X5. And there it is. There's those diamonds I sensed. Ah, so very wonderful, my friends. Oh, hello, another diamond. I restocked this last night and there was legitimately no diamonds here. Somebody must be up to some redstoning. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my. I love it. I just love being useful to the server and also making diamonds. This is a win-win here, very much a win-win. We never sell any of these guys. These are our least profitable items. So let's store those away in the Scar treasure chest, and I'll throw that in there. And then we have one other task, and that is something that I see on my Twitter, and I need to confirm with my very own eyes. I am in utter disbelief that T-Bone has finally been sold. The most disrespected skeleton horse in all of Minecraft has sold here at Skelebros, and I'm so happy he found a home. I don't know who bought him, but I know he is well taken care of in a happy place, and that makes me very, very happy. Hello, skeleton horse. So if you don't remember, this is the Skelebros shop. It was Cub and Grian, and we set this up. It was a competition to see who had the best named horse, and apparently I had the worst named horse because it never sold. So sad. But he is now happy, frolicking in some graveyard as he always dreamed of. But anyway, now that well, you just blended right into the grass and the slime. Just go right on ahead there. Just go about your business there, Bob. You can't even see him. He's just camouflaged into the weeds. All right, now that we got our supplies, let's get going on the landscape for the weirdest build that I have ever made in my entire Minecraft life. Anyway, we'll drop our box down here and you'll see what we've got. So we have materials for a lawn and trees, and then the white stained glass and the red are for kind of a red brick pathway that will lead out. Now, eventually we'll also have like a, you know, a glass bridge that connects to the main area, which I think will look really, really nice. So my My thought process, of course, is to build a pathway straight across here. And then on either end of the pathway, we will have a nice manicured lawn. And then anything surrounding the house will then just be dark green. So I think that'll look really, really nice. And of course, there'll be trees flanking either end of the front of the house, and then some more decorative trees on the either end of the pathway. So I hope this pathway looks good. Using red might be a little bit of a clash in terms of color, but let's see what we can make of it. I like this. I think it adds a little color to the house because everything is either white, gray, or dark gray with a little touch of blue and just a smidge of green in the center windows there. But this kind of makes it pop a little bit, and I like it. I think this is as good as we can get if we're gonna try to make red brick. Now, I did try to make red fireplaces, so red brick fireplaces on either end of the house, and it looked awful. So we're not gonna do that. So where we're gonna move next, and apparently I don't have any on me, so we won't do that. Instead, we will do the lawn. We'll get some brown glass in a minute. So what I'm thinking about here is we're going to space this out. It's getting a little bit dark here. So let's just put down a torch so we can kind of see what we're doing here. So I'm gonna do a spacing of about 2 blocks from the house, right? So about 2 blocks here, and then we are gonna go alternating like so. Now, the grass down there, if it was green, it would look nice. Like, I'd be okay with that. What I might do is actually take powdered concrete and then run light powdered concrete, green this way, and then dark going this way on either end so that the bottom looks okay, whereas I did coarse dirt down below here so it wasn't green, and I also did coarse dirt, of course, down below over there. So I might do that, I might not, so we'll kind of see how it goes, but this area, of course, needs to get shored up a little bit. There we go, grab that and then run that. What does it look like with just green grass? And I'm pretty sure green grass will, because that brown looked awful, especially under the lime grass. You know what, that doesn't look too bad, and I think the grass will maintain its color if the glass is on top of it, I think. So I'm gonna try this first. If it doesn't look good, I'll put the powdered concrete and let's make that happen. This build just gets crazier and crazier. So we've got the lawn installed and ready to roll. Now, what I'm thinking about in this area is doing it in full dirt. So the dirt, of course, would be the brown. And then on top of that, we can then make some plants. And maybe we could get some like orange or yellow glass and make flowers and things along those lines, maybe in panes. So I think that could be really cool. So I did go with the green grass down at the bottom here. I think it's more economical than going out and getting concrete. So I think this will serve our purposes by using coarse and green grass. I think that sets that up pretty cool. It does look like this is elevated, like the grass is actually lower than the coarse dirt, but it's just that darker band that goes across there. Do you see that right there? It makes it look, I don't know, there's this weird depth there that I like. Anyway, over in this section, this is where we're gonna do our trees, and I've also considered potentially making a gate. I don't know how to make it, but we'll figure it out as we go along, of course. And then, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this. So I think we're gonna jump into super fast build mode and then send this grass all the way around and then trees. So hit it. End of super fast build mode, and we've got ourselves a super awesome front lawn here. So let's take a land, and we've got our pathway. We have kind of our dirt section here, our grass, and then over on this section, you know, this is just kind of a grass field, if you will, and that loops all the way to the back of the house. So where we want to start working is the very front, where we can start adding some plant life. So I'm thinking in this area, maybe some small trees or hedge work, and then across the front here, that's where we can build some larger trees. Now, over in this grass field, I think we want to plant some random trees. So there'll just be kind of random trees planted in and around here. Now, up in the front here, we got to be a little bit careful when we start to plant some of these. So what I'm thinking is, if we start just kind of, you know, adding a couple here or there, do we want to go down by one like this and go up? I don't know, that doesn't look good, right? You get that extra little action down below. So I think it's a cleaner design if we were to go here. But where we need to be careful is I want to add more detail with, of course, our panes, but they're going to kind of connect to things. So say we did one like right here, we're going to get that. That's what I'm trying to avoid. So I think we'll probably actually be fairly safe if we just kind of be a little bit mindful of that. But little plants like that and then using the lime green as a highlight for the bush, I think is actually fairly good design. So like I said, we can kind of go like that, maybe kind of super out here. I do want to add flowers, so maybe an orange, a yellow, or green, things along those lines I think would look very nice. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. I'll put one up there like that. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. Let's do one more right here. So we'll throw those in like that. And like so. Beautiful. And then we'll throw one up on top. Okay, I want to move over here to this tree, okay? So let's say we start like this. We break down this block like that, and this time we will go down because what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a trunk. Wait, that just blended in because it's brown. Good job there, Scar. Good job on that one. So let's say we just forget that, we build ourselves upwards, and then we start kind of bringing out some blocks like this. I'm gonna leave the center hollow, and that'll give us an extra little bit of a fog effect going on with this tree. And then I can swoop around the back like so, and we can kind of work this up like that. And then we can maybe start to kind of add just a little bit more detail. So maybe a couple little low hanging branches. And then if we can grab ourselves just a smidge, a bit of scaffolding like so, we can work that up like that. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Now where we can add detail is with the panes like we did with our bushes over there. So maybe, you know, we could throw in a couple highlights, and that just kind of breaks up the kind of continuous, you know, green block. So that doesn't look bad. We just need to add some height to it and some more details. And I think that could be a pretty darn good looking tree. So like this, add a couple of these guys, throw a couple of these down there. Look at these little hangy pieces. Oh, I love it. That's gonna be a good tree. It looks a little goofy now, but trust me, we can make it awesome. We are now in a gigantic field of grass made of glass, and it's also a really weird thing to say, glass grass. That is still messing with my brain. But look at this thing. It's actually coming out kind of cool in the end. I was incredibly worried that this was gonna be absolutely ridiculous, and honestly, it still is kind of ridiculous, but I'm kind of seeing it now. Like, you know, you gotta use your imagination a little bit and, you know, have a bit of disbelief, and I think it comes through in the end. We've got the house up here, we've got our trees, and I added a little bit of brown, so these are branches going up into the trees. This one's a little bit awkward, and I want to definitely kind of add some more green up here to kind of straighten it out a little bit. But I do like the branches. I do think that adds a little bit to the design. We got the pathway up here. I still eventually might add some more trees across here, but I do like it just being flat and grass up there. I think that does look really nice. So where we need to turn our attention is to the actual shop. So we're probably going to set up over here. And I'll probably do kind of plain glass here and purchases. And then over in this section here, maybe do shulker boxes of each one of the colors. I think by doing them in shulker boxes, it's a little bit faster for the hermit to see, oh, I need orange or I need green glass within here, and I think they could pick it out really, really quick. And as I said in the video that you'll never get to see, unfortunately, Doc is going to be our first customer. He's the one who requested us to open a glass shop. So Doc, this is all for you, my friend. All right, let me go get some supplies and let's get that shop going now. Oh, by the way, I used all the glass for the shop to build it. I don't have anything to sell. I'm not kidding. I used, I think, 6 shulker boxes of glass to build that house, and that was what I was going to use to sell things. So we need to head back to the super smelter. Welcome back to the joy of Minecraft. It's great to have you here, and I've got my paints and I've got my brushes, which we're gonna beat the devil out of. Oh, Bob Ross, I love you. Anyway, I think we've got everything we need. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can like auto craft these things. I think we're gonna have to do these all ourselves. But yeah, this will actually look kind of cool seeing all the different colors put together here. I underestimated the amount of shulker boxes we needed. Finally have everything we need. So this place is awkwardly laid out in a way because we, you know, separated it into rooms. So the downstairs here, we have this giant room and it's split, you know, evenly both directions. And then up here, we have 2 rooms on either end. So And then of course we have 2 more over here. Maybe we could sell more than just glass because there's definitely places for it. So I think it would make sense to do it in this room because it's right off the main door and it's quick for hermits to come in and out of. So my thought process is, I don't know why I have 2 of these. Oh, one has bone blocks in it. My thought process is that we could do your neutral colors. So we can do kind of your white, your gray, and your black, and then we should have a light gray. There's a light gray, that's an odd number. Oh my gosh, okay, what are we gonna do? Maybe we do a separate, shulker box right here with clear glass potentially. And then maybe on this side, it's slightly awkward laid out, but what if we did maybe your blues? So we could do something like this over here. And then on this side, we could do, your brighter colors, maybe your oranges and your yellows and your reds and stuff along those lines. I think it makes sense. So yeah, let's see if we can figure something out. I'm really excited about this. This truly was kind of a project that I worried about, and now I'm confident. Like, I'm confident that this is going to be something cool. So we'll fly inside and we have everything organized. So off to the right and to the left, we have clear glass. So these will eventually be filled. Like I said, I have used all my glass to build this. This was a lot of glass blocks. And of course, we have the same over here on this side. Now, around the corner here, this is the big room with all the shulker boxes. So this is where you pay. So pay here, and then payments can go on this side. I love this little like hook stand, right? It's a little piece of white glass and then additional one going up with the item stand on there. And I think that looks fairly nice. And then of course, 1 stack for 2 diamonds. And I think that's fair for now until we can kind of get the stock going a little bit better and we get dye farms, things like that. So then eventually this will be filled, of course, with green glass. So yeah, this came out pretty good. I'm really pleased with it. And I think everything's fairly well organized. We have a shulker box for everything. And I'm putting the payments in 1 chest to centralize it. So when we do go through here and look for diamonds, we don't have to like search like every chest. So I think having it in 1 spot just makes life just a little bit easier. Now, as for the upper level, help me come up with some ideas for up here. So we have what, 4 rooms that we could sell additional products. Maybe, would it be a benefit to sell panes? I don't know. Never thought of that. Potentially we could sell modern glass here too. So that would be ice, for modern builds. So yeah, let me know of other things that we could build up here. And the biggest thing that I need help with is what should we name this place? Now, my idea originally was glass house, just glass house shop, like with the stones, whatever that saying is. Then I thought this is kind of like a ghost. So maybe it could be ghost house glass, but I don't know. If you guys have a better name, hashtag house names, put it in the comments. And if I see one that's better than what I've come up with, which I don't think is gonna be very hard to come up with a better name than I have, let me know. I would love to see what you guys have ideas for. So what we need to do now is hopefully find enough sand that we can make some stock, because it's not much of a shop if it doesn't have any stock. Also, it doesn't have an ender chest, so even with stock, it's not a real shop. I need to get an ender chest. I was able to spend some time gathering sand and smelting it down at the smelter as I watched the Falcon Heavy take off once again and successfully this time land all 3 cores back on Earth and setting a satellite up into space, which is absolutely amazing. Always so inspirational to see, especially that rocket. Like, that thing is quite a miracle of technology. Love it. Anyway, so we're in the shop here and I've got all the shulker boxes ready to go. So we'll set them down over here so we have a little bit of room. And in here, you got about 3 to 4 stacks of each one. And I don't have a lot of time to gather, tons of sand, dye them, smelt it down, of course, because I'm gonna be leaving for Los Angeles for Mine Fair very, very soon. So I gotta get this all organized, so let's do it. Behind us is one of the craziest builds I've ever made, and I basically feel like that's the title of the video now, the craziest build we've ever made. But I wanna show you what this looks like with connected textures and without. So if we zoom in on this house here, so we get on a good angle there, you can see what this looks like. So do you like this version of the house or this one. Now, both of them have quite a few pros and cons. This one has a little bit more detail. It almost looks a little more put together, whereas the other one has such a ghostly vibe to it. It's a little bit mysterious with just the glass and no lines. But yeah, I'm very curious. Which one do you guys like? So, connected or non-connected, put it in the comments. I'll put up a poll. I'm really curious to see which one you guys like better. And with that, we have completed this crazy project. Oh, by the way, I put some flowers out front and I think they look fun, you know, got a little color on top of it, brings in an extra little bit of detail to this design. And in the interior, we still have room upstairs, so let me know what you guys want to do with that. And of course, help me with the name. And everything is set. We've got our supply inside here. It's not a lot of glass, but it's as much as I can make with my flight only a few hours away. And yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this crazy episode. I very much apologize about missing like basically the first half of this video where we constructed the house. I hope you understand about the video getting corrupted, and I did my absolute best to try to make up for it and still have a decent video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a bit of work to make this all work out in the end, but like I said, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos, and if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later, and don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.